same as Herman Brothers Field, is the all-turf infield. So that definitely gave Colin Montez's grounder a little more gas than what would at Herman Brothers Field, as a hard grounder on turf will make that ball jump a little bit more as the count goes to 2-0 to Sam Thompson. Montez with his lead at first. Martinez with his lead at third. As Thompson watches strike one go right by as the count goes to 2-1. And here's the 2-1 pitch in there for strike two. So the count will even up to no outs here in the top of the sixth. Rigsby on the mound for the Pilots, but no earned runs so far, as the runner at third is still Helmler's, as he gets Thompson to swing and miss for strike three and out number one. But if number 29, Colin Montez over at first, will come and score, that will be Rigsby's first earned run. As number 43, Matt Palmer, will step up to the plate for the Miners. Great RBI opportunity here. He's coming to this ball game. He has not yet gotten a hit. And here's the first pitch to him in the dirt for ball one. But looking to get his first hit here and possibly some RBIs. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Montez with his lead at first. Martinez at third. Popped him up in center field. Will that be deep enough to tag the runner? Martinez tags the throw. The plate will not be in time, as the Miners will lead now 4-3. Palmer there with a nice sac fly to give the Miners one more insurance run, as they now lead 4-1.
Next up for the Miners from Gonzaga, second baseman number 1, Josh Christian.
As Josh Bristian steps up to the plate for the Miners. Now Phoenix, Arizona native and a junior at Gonzaga. As Montez takes his lead at first, the throw in there for strike one. Rigsby looks over at first, gets his sign from his catcher, and here's the 0-1 pitch. The throw to first, not in time, as that pitch was low for ball one. Mendez behind the plate looked to try to pick off Montez at first, but not in time, as the count moves to 1-1. And here's the 1-1 pitch. In there for a ball, but gets past catcher Mendez, as Montez will take second easily. And here's the 2-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed for strike two. So we got twos on the board right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, as the Miners get 2 across in this inning so far, as they extend their lead 4-1. Bristian at the plate right now. And here's the 2-2 pitch to him. Grounded to second baseman Tipler. The throw to first will be in time for out number 3. So Miners extend their lead here in the top of the sixth inning as they now lead 4-1 over the Glacier Pilots.
That's two
And we'll
runs,
have that
two
bottom of the
hits,
sixth inning action for you coming up next.
2.5 innings played.
And welcome back, Miners fans, as the Miners extend their lead in the top of the sixth to give them a 4-1 lead. As number 24, Brandon Birdsell from Willis, Texas, will come in for the Miners to pitch. And keep things the way they are. This will be his first appearance for the Miners, as he just got in out of Texas A&M. They went pretty far in their College World Series attempt, as his first pitch misses outside for ball one. Count goes to 1-0 to number 36, Bradley Knitting, as he misses outside again for ball two. Knitting, a Rice University junior out of Richmond Hills, Texas, as Birdsell misses again, and the count moves to 3-0. And here's a 3-0 offering to him. In there for strike one, as Birdsell looking to fight his way back here with the count 3-1. No outs here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Outside for ball four, so Knitting will take first to lead off the inning.
Next up for your Glacier Pilots, first baseman from the University of Hawaii, Manoa, number 15, Alex Beza.
As Alex Beza will come up to hit for the Pilots now with a man on first, as the Pilots are always threatening to run. And here's the first pitch to Baeza. In there for strike one, as Birdsell gets ahead in the count 0-1. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him, just outside for ball one. Knitting takes his lead over at first. Short lead. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two. Beautiful night for some baseball here at Molokai Stadium. Sun started pretty much right out in front of us, hitting us hard, and then, as it does here in Alaska, it doesn't go straight up and down. It goes to the side, as it is now just behind the press box, as the count goes to 1-2. In the dirt for ball two. 2-2 is the count.
We'd like to take this opportunity to say a special thanks to Shoreside Petroleum.
Light wind going right to left. Not much of a issue, just someone to account for as an outfielder. As this field, someone else that it has that Herman Brothers Field doesn't have is lights. So this field is used for some high school games in the winter. So the Whites will be there to account for it, as Baeza looks at strike three. Does not agree with that call, but doesn't matter because he is out for the first out of the inning. Fans not agreeing with that one either, as they're heckling from the fans as well. From the stands, excuse me, as well, as number 28. Jordan Brandenburg will step up. Throw over to first on the pickoff attempt. Not in time, as he'll get back safely. 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's the first pitch to Brandenburg. Grounded down the third base line, just foul. So the count will move to 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Knitting will take his lead over at first. Swung on and missed. The throw over to first, not in time on the pickoff attempt, so the count moves to 0-2. He got a piece of it, but Sam Thompson behind the plate was able to make that catch. Would have been a foul either way, as the count goes to 0-2. And here's the 0-2 pitch to him. Trying to get him swing there, but in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Knitting with his lead at first. And here's the pitch to him. He goes. Lined into left field. Knitting, though, unable. Will now go. And we'll get him at third. So a weird series of events there, as Knitting took off for second for the stolen base. Ball driven into left field, but Montez was unable to get it cleanly, as Knitting was hesitant to take third. Saw that Montez at left field fielded it cleanly, so he held up at second, realized that the ball got away from him, so then he took off for third. Montez at left field decided to shoot his shot and throw it to third, and will get him in time on the perfect throw. So there will be 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Brandenburg's at first, and E.J. Andrews calls time at the plate. So great recovery there from Montez in left field to throw it in time, as E.J. Andrews swings and misses for strike 1. Owen one's the count. And here's the pitch to him. In there for strike 3. Excuse me. Looks like we missed a strike there, but that'll do it for the Pilots in the bottom of the 6th inning. They had a few base runners there, but Brandon Birdsell was able to pitch his way out of it, as through 6, Miners lead 4-1. And we'll have Brandon Monty back on the mic for the 7th through ninth innings coming up next.
Brandon Monty back with you here in the top of the 7th as the 1-2-3 coming up for the Miners here as they lead the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 4-1 as Justin Kirby's first hack against right-hander Hunter Rigsby comes up empty, so 0-1 now. To Kirby, the 0-1 pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses a little bit low, so 1-1 our count. Miners on the verge of picking up victory number 2 on the season in their first road contest of the 2019 campaign. Came into this one 1-3. The Glacier Pilots 3-1 as the 1-1 pitch again misses in the dirt with a breaking ball. So the count 2-1. Hunter Rigsby 1-0 on the year in 5 innings of work out of the University of Kentucky and Mount Vernon, Kentucky. From the stretch, the 2-1 to Kirby is popped up. This one will be lofted out to the outfield. The right fielder, E.J. Andrews, camps underneath it and makes the catch for an easy out number 1. So that'll bring up the number 2 hitter. Out of Washington State University, here comes Anthony Notero. Notero, a native of Anacortes, Washington, just finished his freshman season with the Cougars. It'll be a righty-on-righty matchup here. Rigsby gets his sign, working from the belt, kicks and delivers, and the first pitch is a line shot fouled out of play to the right side. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, visit the folks at the locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Palmer, Big Lake, and Wasilla. Visit www.napalaska.com for details as the 0-1 pitch to Notero is chopped foul to the left side, so he's quickly down in an 0-2 hole. Hunter Rigsby, the winning pitcher on June 6th against the Chinooks. He went 5 innings out of the pen, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk in a 14-inning game against the Chinooks as the 0-2 pitch to Notero is swung on and missed. He chased the high fastball and came up empty, so there's quickly 2 down in the top of the 7th, and that's going to bring up Drew Williamson. Drew Williamson, rated as the number 2 outfielder and the number 10 player in Alabama coming out of high school, just finished his first season with the Crimson Tide and off to a good start here in the ABL as the first pitch to him misses in the dirt and gets to the backstop. 1-0 the count. Opponents hitting just .071 against Hunter Rigsby on the year. He's been pretty effective. 5 strikeouts for the 6'4 right-hander whose arsenal features a power fastball and a curveball. He played a significant role out of the bullpen for the Kentucky Wildcats this past year. The 1-0 pitch to Williamson on its way. A breaking ball drops in for strike 1 as it curved from out of the plate all the way back to the middle, right at the knees. So Williamson now even in the count, 1-1. 2 down here, top of the 7th. Miners 4, Glacier Pilots 1 as the 1-1 pitch is missed by Williamson. He was way out in front of that breaking ball that dropped in the dirt, had him off balance there as he tried to hack that one all the way over to the highway. Instead, it's 1-2. Williamson gets his sign from first base coach Jeff Erlab. Rigsby from the right side of the rubber fires away, and it's a fastball that misses upstairs. So the count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error in this game for the Mat-Su Miners. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Glacier Pilots. From the stretch, Rigsby delivers, and Williamson grounds it over to second. Charging in his tippler, he flips it over to first, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Miners in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Miners still lead it 4-1 when we come back. Bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th here at Mulcahy Stadium, where the Mat-Su Miners currently hold a 4-1 lead over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Another new pitcher set to toe the slab for Tyler LeBrun's Miners. It'll be right-hander Owen Lamont, who's making his team-leading 4th appearance on the year. He comes in with no decisions, ERA 0 in 2 1/3 innings of work, as his first pitch to catcher Daniel Mendez is right on top of the plate for a called strike 1 at the fastball.
Owen Lamont, his 4 appearances has been very light out, so I can see why Tyler LeBron is bringing him in at this point of the game.
He has 3 strikeouts to his credit on the year as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off by Mendez out of play to the right side, and Lamont working the zone well, as he's done so well so far this season, as he's got Mendez down in the count 0-2. Lamont working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber, gets his sign, delivers 0-2, and a fastball misses away. So the count now 1-2. We also have a new catcher calling signals behind the plate, number 17, Cody Huff, making his Miners debut. One of several new players on the Miners that's making their debut tonight. We've already had 2 pitchers do so. Lamont, again, working from the belt off the left side of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch, again, fouled off. Same spot as the first foul of the at-bat, to the right side, out of play into the seats. So we'll do it again at 1-2. As we've seen in just about every game on the season, Tyler LeBrun not afraid to go deep into his bullpen and get a lot of different guys some work. Just try to keep them fresh as the 1-2 pitch to Mendez bounces in the dirt. Huff able to block it. It's 2-2. Lamont, a native of Herndon, Virginia, 2-4 record this past year for the Georgetown Hoyas. 6.89 ERA. 24 of his appearances came from out of the bullpen. Lamont is ready. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Good location there by Lamont. Not much you can do with that one if you're Mendez. And that's out number 1. So that'll bring us to the number 9 hitter, Malcolm Tipler, playing second today. Second on the Austin Peay State with 13 doubles this past season. He raised his batting average from 225 to 271 in the span of April 25th to May 25th. Lamont ready. First pitch to Tipler. Fastball misses just a bit upstairs, and it's 1-0. Lamont now the only pitcher on the year for the Miners with more than 3 appearances. His 4th time out there as the 1-0 pitch is hit into the right center field gap. That's going to drop for a base hit in front of Matt Palmer. So the Glacier Pilots now tied the Miners with 5 hits on the night as Malcolm Tipler is aboard. 1 on, 1 down, and it's back to the top of the order with Dalen Clifton. And we'll see what this Glacier Pilot team decides to do, if they'll continue to be aggressive on the base pass. I imagine Jeff Pritchard will choose to do so as Tipler gets about a 3-step lead off first. Lamont still working off the left side of the runner. Tipler thought about going, but stopped as the first pitch misses low for a ball. 1-0. Tipler now 2 for 3 on the night. After that last base knock, Lamont gets his sign, the 1-0 pitch. Another fastball that misses low, so he's now down 2-0 in the count to Clifton. He's 0 for 2 on the night. This is the first time that Clifton and Lamont have squared off. As the speedy outfielder now 6 for 15 on the season. Tipler goes. It's a fastball in there for a called strike. The throw down to second, not in time, as Tipler barely able to avoid the tag of Josh Bristian. A good throw by Cody Huff. Was right in the pocket at the bag. But Tipler just barely able to beat it out, and it's another stolen base for the Miners. And shortstop Ricky Martinez will go have a quick talk with Lamont, and so will catcher Cody Huff.
Very close play there at second. Looks like Tyler LeBron's looking to get an appealer to see if another umpire had a good angle on it. But, man, that was a close bang-bang play at second. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, bang-bang play is right. Nonetheless, Tipler standing on second. The Glacier Pilots have a runner in scoring position here. 4-1 still the score in favor of the Miners. Owen Lamont, 8 pitches on the inning. 5 strikes, 3 balls. Lamont has yet to walk a batter so far this season. He has 3 strikeouts to his credit and 2 in the 3rd innings of work. Tipler gets about a 3-step lead off second as the 2-1 pitch from Lamont, a changeup that misses low and a little bit away. So 3-1 the count now. Clifton sitting dead red in a hitter's count. Josh Bristian, the second baseman, playing on the short outfield grass. Ricky Martinez trying to keep Tipler honest over at second. Lamont working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber, fires away, and the 3-1 pitch popped up to the right side, and this one will be a souvenir for a fan over out of play. So we're full now, 3-2, 1 out. Glacier Pilots trying to chip away at this Miner lead. The Miners' 4 runs have come on the strength of 2 2-run innings, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 6th. The Glacier Pilots scored on a drop third strike back in the bottom of the fourth. That's been their only run of the day. The 3-2 offering. This one is hit out to left field. Colin Montez drifting over to his left in left center. Makes the catch for out number 2. And Tipler unable to advance on that one, as he'll stay put at second base. So after a relatively routine flyout, that's going to bring up the center fielder, Garrett Spain. As Owen Lamont is retired 2 here in the inning. Tipler on second. Clickton is set down. It'll be a righty on lefty matchup here with Spain digging in from the right batter's box. Takes a couple of practice hacks. Lamont still working from the stretch, gets his sign, ready at the belt. First pitch is fouled off to the left on the fly and out of play. So Lamont gets ahead in the count to start it off 0-1. The Balls have had a little extra carry today here at Mulcahy Stadium. The wind was blowing to the southwest at about 13 miles per hour. That's toward right center field, so the fly balls have carried a bit extra during this game, as the 0-1 pitch, a fastball that misses away 1-1. It's 325 to the left and right field foul poles, 365 to left and right center, and then 410 to dead center, so no real advantage in any spot of the park. Lamont, the 1-1 pitch, another fastball that misses away, so 2-1 our count. Garrett Spain, first in hits for Austin PA, second in runs, third in average, third in homers, and second in RBIs. He put together a pretty productive season for the Governors this past year in his freshman campaign. Lamont checks Tipler twice at second, now deals, and again misses away with a fastball. So Spain's got a hitter's count here, 3-1. Spain, a .333 hitter this past year for the Governors, .412 on base percentage, .502 slugging, 7 homers, 50 RBIs, 53 runs scored, 8 doubles, 4 triples, and 25 walks to his credit. Lamont still working from the stretch. The 3-1 is on the way. This ball is hit out to center field. Should be no problem for Kirby. He drips to his left, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Glacier Pilots leave one stranded at second. We're through 7 here at Mulcahy Stadium. It is a 4-1 Matsu Minor lead when we come back for the top of the 8th. The heart of the order coming up for the Matsu Miners here in the top half of inning number 8 as they lead the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 4-1. Third baseman Tanner Carlson set to dig in. Hunter Rigsby still out on the mound as the first pitch to Carlson fouled off behind the plate, out of play. So he's down 0-1 in the count. Rigsby back out on the mound again here in the top of the 8th. His only other appearance of the year, he went for 5 innings out of the bullpen, so he's used to those long outings as Carlson fouls another fastball off to the right side out of play. So he's down in the count now 0-2. Carlson 2 for 2 on the day, as the Glacier Pilots have yet to retire him in this ball game. Continue on that success as the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Carlson's set down on 3 pitches to start the Miners' half of the 8th. And that'll bring up Ricky Martinez, the shortstop. Ricky Martinez, a 6', 190-pound middle infielder by way of Morgan Hill, California, Baylor University. He's been plunked twice today as he takes a first pitch strike. A fastball on the outside corner. Good locating there by Rigsby. Rigsby working from the stretch off the right side of the rubber. The 0-1 on the way to Martinez is right at the knees with the fastball, 0-2. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Rigsby here as he's not wasting any time to start the top half of the 8th. Martinez 0 for 1 on the day. But as mentioned, he was plunked twice by his Baylor Bear teammate Brooks Helmer his last 2 at-bats as the 0-2 pitch, a waste pitch, trying to get Martinez to chase, misses away, 1-2. Reminder, fans, this is game 1 of a 7-game road trip for the Matsu Miners. As the 1-2 pitch to Martinez swung on and missed. He was early on the breaking ball, so 2 up, 2 down via strikeout for the Miners here in the top half of the 8th, and that'll bring up Colin Montez as he looks to pick up his 2 hitters before him. Montez already has his first hit of the year today. He also knocked in a run. Again, the Miners will not return to Herman Brothers Field until June 17th, where they will face the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. As the first pitch to Montez, fastball right at the knees for strike 1, as Rigsby's been locked in here in the top half of the 8th. Tomorrow, the Miners will travel to Chugiak to take on the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off by Montez. He sliced it off his foot, and he down 0-2 with 2 down. Then after that, June 12th, it'll be at the Anchorage Bucks, and then a doubleheader against the Bucks on June 13th, the 14th back here against the Pilots, and then an off day on the 15th, then June 16th, back at this stadium against the other Anchorage squad, the Anchorage Bucks, to round out the road trip. 0-2 count now, 2 down. Rigsby deals to Montez, a fastball misses upstairs. That was about eye level, and 1-2 is our count. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots playing their 3rd game in a 5-game homestand. They'll be back at it again tomorrow against the Bucks as Montez fouls a 1-2 curveball right back towards us as it sails out of play, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Following their game tomorrow against the Bucks, they will have 2 days off, the Glacier Pilots will, until they host the Miners once again. 14th, Montez digs in with an open stance, righty on lefty matchup as he lines one hard to the right side, but foul. So again, count stays at 1-2. There's a righty getting loose in the Miners bullpen right now. It looks like number 26, closer Jacob McNary from Alabama, starting to loosen up the arm here as the 1-2 pitch is looked at for called strike 3. Montez couldn't believe it as the fastball caught the outside corner, and the side is retired. Hunter Rigsby strikes out the side here in the top of the 8th as he makes quick work of these Miners hitters. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8. Miners still lead it 4-1. We're back here, bottom of the 8th, and another new pitcher on the mound for the Miners as Jacob McNary's first offering to Matt Otino is fouled to the left side out of play. So count now 0-1. McNary making his third appearance of the year for the Miners. Opponents hitting .250 against him. He's thrown 2 innings and picked up the save in the Miners' only victory of the year thus far against the Glacier Pilots as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off once again. A chopper to the left side out of play, so McNary's quickly got him down 0-2. McNary in those 2 innings and 2 appearances, 2 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts to his credit. The 0-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball rings him up for strike 3 called. A beautiful pitch by McNary that started off looking like it would plunk Otino, but it broke right to the inside corner of the plate. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to start the outing for Jacob McNary.
Otino, right when it hit the catcher's glove, he nodded his hand like, yep, he knew it was strike 3.
Beautiful pitch by McNary, and now he's got Bradley Knighting down in the count 0-1 with Alex Baeza waiting in the on-deck circle for Jeff Pritchard's Anchorage Glacier Pilots. McNary has certainly been one of the most effective pitchers out of the Miners bullpen so far, as another foul ball now to the left side out of play from Knighting. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes for McNary out of the bullpen. Doesn't get much better than that, as he's got the Glacier Pilots cleanup hitter in an 0-2 hole quickly. McNary shakes off one sign from Huff. Now he's got what he likes. The 0-2 pitch to him is in the dirt. So his first ball of the inning. 1-2 our count now. McNary takes a deep breath, working from the left side of the rubber. Gets his sign from Huff. He's ready. The 1-2 pitch just a little bit low, so ball 2. McNary looked like he thought that would there, but no dice, says the home plate umpire. So we're even now at 2-2. McNary goes into his windup. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, strike 3 called, and Knighting knew it as soon as it hit the catcher's mitt. So 2 up, 2 down via strikeout here to start the bottom of the 8th. Can't be much more efficient on the mound if you're Jacob McNary, as now the last 5 batters of this game have struck out. It's starting to turn into a little bit of a pitcher's duel here in the 8th inning as Alex Baeza digs in. Righty on lefty matchup here. Baeza with an open stance takes a couple practice hacks. First pitch to him from McNary, a breaking ball missing away. 1-0 our count. As the Miners 4 outs away from picking up win number 2 in their first road victory of the year, as a 1-0 fastball misses upstairs. McNary down in the count, 2-0. Baeza struggling with making contact thus far this season as he takes a strike, 2-1. Baeza's been punched out 5 times on the year already. A definite power hitter who always swings for the fences in every at-bat. 2-1 pitch on the way from McNary is grounded over to first and just skips foul over toward first base coach Garrett Fisher. So we're even now at 2-2. Drew Williamson hugging the line over at first as the Miners are playing for a pull here with Baeza. Bristian playing in the short outfield grass. And right fielder Palmer shifted a bit to his left as the 2-2 nearly runs inside and gets Baeza. So we're full now, 3-2 count. Miners still lead at 4-1 here in the bottom half of inning number 8. As the 3-2 on the way to Baeza is grounded over to short. Going to be a tough play in the hole for Martinez. Backhands and throws to first. Picked by Williamson. It's in time to retire Baeza. A sensational play by Ricky Martinez. He fielded that one on the short shades of the outfield grass and made a throw across his body, across the infield to retire Baeza. Good scoop, too, by Williamson to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Glacier Pilots. We head to the 9th and final inning of this one with the Miners holding a 4-1 lead over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. We're in the ninth here at Mulcahy Stadium. Top of the ninth, that is. Miners coming to bat, and Cody Huff making his Miners debut. He'll lead it off against Hunter Rigsby, who is still out on the mound, working strong for the Glacier Pilots, as the first pitch to Huff is taken for a ball. Huff just graduated from Scottsdale High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. A Stanford Cardinal commit. As he digs in, righty on righty matchup, 1-0 pitch, a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike one. This past year at Scottsdale, Huff a .443 hitter, 11 homers, 39 RBIs, one of the top high school prospects in the state of Arizona, as the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike two. And Hunter Rigsby throwing darts in these past couple of innings out of the pen for the Glacier Pilots. Huff digs in after getting his sign from third base coach David Dennis. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count even now at 2-2. Huff originally committed to Notre Dame, but decided to flip schools and transfer to Stanford. Rigsby leans in, gets his sign, working from the belt. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed by Huff. He was early on the breaking ball, and Rigsby is dialed in. 4 consecutive strikeouts for the 6'4 right-hander, and there's one down now in the top of the ninth. That's going to bring up the Alaska native, Matt Palmer. Just finished his senior year at Waldorf University, the only senior on this Mat-Su Miners roster. Was previously at Blue Mountain Community College, as he digs in from the left batter's box. Righty on righty matchup, as first pitch to him swung on and missed for strike one, as Palmer couldn't catch up to that fastball on the outside corner. Palmer hit .266 this past year for Waldorf University. 5 homers, 42 RBIs, 13 doubles to his credit. As he digs in, Rigsby gets his sign. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. Lined back up the middle, and a base hit for Palmer. So the Miners looking to add some insurance runs here to make things a little bit easier on themselves in the bottom of the ninth. The 6th hit of the evening for the Miners, and the first on the season for Matt Palmer, as he's aboard here with one down. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitting second baseman, Josh Bristian.
Rigsby on the mound, just noticed it with the, took off the hat for a second. His flow game is pretty strong. He's got a good one.
We'll see if that helps. I don't know if that helps him. It might.
I don't know.
You never know.
I mean,
you never know. Got to have confidence in yourself, right? As Rigsby throws over to first at Palmer as he slides back in time. I've never been much in the way of flows. I've never been able to get the locks going myself.
I mean,
but
yeah, me and you have pretty short hair, so we can't really compare to Rigsby on the mound, but
can't relate to him in that department, as the 0-0 pitch is fouled to the backstop, so Bristian down in the count, 0-1. Rigsby had struck out the previous 4 batters for the Miners prior to Matt Palmer's at-bat, as he takes about a 3-step lead off of first. Bristian digs in, and the 0-1 pitch, a fastball missing away. 1-1, 1 down. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Mat-Su Miners in this one. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, as they have not scored since the 4th inning. The 1-1 pitch to Bristian is fouled off as he casted the bat out trying to get a piece of that one. So 1-2 now our count for the Miners' number 9 hitter. He's been batting in several places around the lineup. He's batted 7th, batted leadoff, and today batting in the number 9 spot. Mostly a utility player who really can stick him anywhere on the field, but he's best served as a middle infielder, especially at second base. A .255 hitter this past year for Gonzaga, as the 1-2 pitch misses. Snap throw back to first, and Palmer just dives in time. So Daniel Mendez just trying to keep him honest there with a throw over. Palmer was getting some pretty big leads off the bag over there, about 3 to 3.5 steps. Maybe a 5 or 6 step secondary lead, as Palmer another lead from first, and the 1-2 pitch breaking ball just misses, and the count now full 3-2. Bristian knocked in the first run of this game back in inning number 3 with a frozen rope line drive down the left field line as he got in with a standing double. The 3-2 on the way to Bristian. A breaking ball drops in for ball 4. That one looked pretty close. Tough to lay off with 2 strikes, but Bristian's showing good discipline as he'll trot on down to first. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order with Justin Kirby.
All about getting some insurance runs here for just to make it the closer for the Miners a little less stressful.
If the Miners were to tack on a run here in the top of the ninth, it would no longer be a save situation for whoever comes in the bottom of the ninth. I would imagine LeBrun would stick with McNary unless the Miners get a bigger lead. Then they may go to someone else as the first pitch to Kirby, a fastball that misses low and away for ball 1. As Kirby digging in with an open stance in the left batter's box, takes a couple of practice hacks. Takes a deep breath. Rigsby leans in with the right arm out, now still working from the stretch as his 1-0 pitch, a fastball that misses low in the dirt for that matter. 2-0 our count. Kirby once again digs in. Rigsby ready. Checks Palmer twice at second. Here's the pitch, and Kirby fouls one off to the right side out of play. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Some other action going around in the ABL. We're in the bottom of the 7th in Chugiak with the Peninsula Oilers leading the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks 6-4. Chinooks came into that one 1-2, while the Oilers are 1-3 as the 2-1 pitch, a frozen rope to right field, but right at E.J. Andrews. So a tough break there for Justin Kirby on what looked like extra bases down the right field line. Instead, it's out number 2. And neither runner able to advance for the Miners as Palmer will have to stay put at second base, and that'll bring up Anthony Notero. Hunter Rigsby now 3 1/3 innings pitched in this one. 36 strikes, 22 balls as he's thrown 58 pitches out of the pen. First pitch to Notero, he's way out in front of that breaking ball and just able to get a piece of it and foul it off to the backstop. So he's quickly down 0-1. 2 on, 2 outs for the Miners. They've got a runner in scoring position after Matt Palmer singled and Josh Bristian walked on a full count. Notero digs in, gets his sign from third base coach David Dennis. He's ready, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Now snap throw to second, and he guns down Palmer at second. Too big of a secondary lead as Daniel Mendez left him hanging out to dry, and the side is retired. Miners leave a couple stranded. They still lead it 4-1 as we enter the bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth here at Mulcahy Stadium as the Miners just 3 outs away from closing out their second victory of the 2019 campaign. Jordan Brandenburg will lead things off for the Glacier Pilots here as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed. He was trying to golf that one all the way to downtown Anchorage, but instead comes up empty 0-1. Jacob McNary has an opportunity for save number 2 in 2 tries this year as the 0-1 pitch to Brandenburg is fouled off to the left on the ground, and he's quickly down in an 0-2 hole. McNary in his second inning of work as you retire the Glacier Pilots in the 8th as good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3-pitch strikeout for McNary to start the bottom of the 9th. Can't ask for much more out of your closer there as there's quickly 1 down. The 7th inning right fielder E.J. Andrews will dig into the box.
And he is in a big old rhythm right now. There's no stopping him these last 4 batters.
McNary steps off quickly as E.J. Andrews takes a couple of practice hacks. McNary working from the left side of the rubber, first pitch to Andrews. Andrews thought about bunting, but gets away from Huff on a wild pitch there. So 1-0 our count. Andrews played in 39 games this past year for the Fresno State Bulldogs. He started 15 of them as the 1-0 pitch is lined over Caden Hogan's head at short into left center for a base hit. So the first blemish of the day for McNary on the mound. But still, that run means very little at this point as the tying run is in the on-deck circle. So McNary will look to limit the damage here. Still got plenty of wiggle room as Daniel Mendez, the 8th hitting catcher, steps back in. Andrews, a speedy outfielder, gets about a 2.5 step lead off of first. McNary now working from the stretch as he'll look to get his sign from Cody Huff here. Infield now in double play def as McNary throws over and almost gets away from Drew Williamson as the Alabama players with a little miscommunication there on the pickoff throw. Andrews gets about a 2.5 step lead. Mendez digs in. First pitch to him is grounded foul to the third base side. So an 0-1 count. There is a right-hander getting loose in the Miners bullpen. It's number 36, Grant Sloan, by way of Indiana University. But McNary so far doing just fine on the hill for Tyler LeBrun's Miners as the 0-1 pitch to Mendez is top to short. This could be 2. Hagan scoops it up, throws a second for 1, back over to first in time, and the ball game is over. Chalk that one up as 6-4-3 on the double play. Caden Hogan to Josh Bristian to Drew Williamson to end this ball game, and the Mat-Su Miners pick up the W, their second of the season. They improve to 2-3. Our final score tonight from Mulcahy Stadium. The Mat-Su Miners a winner, 4-1 over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Again, we thank all of you fine folks for listening to Mat-Su Miners Baseball. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties throughout the night, and we can assure